Hello everyone, and today we start a new campaign with Hearts of Iron 4 with the Kaiserreich mod as the Austrian Empire, and I will start this campaign alongside with my Kingdom of Finland campaign, and I really don't know how this Austrian campaign will go. It's a totally new campaign for me. Well, not totally new, I did a quick, very short test game with it, but I didn't play longer than maybe a year or something. But anyway, let's start. So, let's pick up the basic researches, and what should be the fourth one? Perhaps land doctrine. Superior firepower, also is there something that gives us bonuses to other doctrines. Okay, so reform the Armee Oberkommando. We have bonuses for grand battle plan, superior firepower or mobile warfare. So what does it require to get this? Okay. I guess it's safe to pick superior firepower then. Let's build up some of those civilian factories. Let's produce convoys. I don't want to produce light tanks, fighters, naval bombers. I don't think we need naval bombers. We could indeed start producing motorized, as it is. There's only one motorized, and we should start producing it to get maximum efficiency as soon as possible. And some convoys. Now let's sort out the army. Yeah, good. Let's see, we have a lot of divisions with the same is it icon or symbol, whatever it is. So what does this look like? 18 with artillery, support artillery. Let's change this little bit, give him the cap so I can recognize my divisions, and since this is garrison division, we will give it this chess icon or whatever. Okay, so this is our go-to division.
Befehle. Achtung. Ihre Befehle.
Okay. So, let's start. Well, maybe start training some troops. One division. The situation of Austria in 1936. Despite standing amongst the victors of the Weltkrieg, the war revealed the division of culture, class and ideology within the empire ever so clearly. And excuse me, and the inner unrest continued on as the war ended. Kaiser Karl, following in the footsteps of the assassinated Franz Ferdinand, in trying to reform the multinational Austro-Hungarian Empire into something that could survive in the 20th century, launched a series of large-scale reforms. However, his efforts were largely blocked by nobility of the Hungarian side of the empire, leading to his plans of federalization progressing only slowly and only on the Cisleithanian side of the empire. However, many feel that there is hope for Austria, The last decades were hard on the empire, but the effort has stayed paying off. Cisleithanian Austria, now a federation state, has calmed down, but same cannot be said for Transleithania. It is, however, unlikely that the Carpathian Basin will continue to remain in Magyar hands, since Hungary's peoples have been gazing upon the liberties across later, wishing to have such autonomy for themselves. Whether reform will be able to find its way to Hungary, only the Kaiser knows for sure. Yeah. And we do have some national spirits here. Austro-Hungarian ties broken. Not good. This one's actually good. More recruitable population, and this is also good. Increased research speed. And I'm not gonna pick this economic rehabilitation plan because the Black Monday will cancel it.
Right.
I suppose this guy is our field marshal right now, since he didn't have any old guard traits or something like that. And we have 2 mountaineers, with one of them being commando and one of them being trickster. I'm gonna choose you to lead the main army.
Zuhören.
And we have some political power. We could hire some guy, head of military intelligence. No profits from Legation cities. I don't know. Following the 1926 German intervention in China and the Treaty of Nanjing, signed in November of that year, foreign trade was left to the richest cities of the coast, under the joint control of the world powers owning interests in China. The independence of this consortium of cities was guaranteed by 8 powers: Austria, Canada, so on. Foreign investments and the legalization cities themselves flourish not only through foreign trade, but also thanks to smuggling into Algost, Asian and Qing imperial territories. However, while we are officially part of Legalization Cities Council, we have been unable to gain access to the dividends it should entitle us to. That is a shame. Oh yeah, we do have some puppets here. And the Black Monday hits Austria. Ah, God. We have Bohemia, Hungary. Damn it. Bohemia, yeah. Hungary is our puppet, and yeah. So is this place also. Galicia, Lodomeria. And so is Illyria. Austrian elections of 1936. Since federalization began and the Austrian elections were mostly reduced to the German-speaking part of the empire, 2 major parties have dominated Austrian politics: the CS, Counter-Strike, not really, and the SDAP. This year's elections too are harshly fought. The SDAP and the CS have very different ideas of dealing with the ongoing economic crisis. The SDAP's program focuses on easing the workers' plight with a focus on unemployment benefits and government intervention. The CS, on the other hand, follow a program of several austerity measurements. It's for the people to decide. And indeed, I have no idea what should I pick here. Should I go for status quo or embrace pluralism? Probably not. Or military occupation. Status quo or military occupation, I don't know. I don't even know if some events lead and force me to pick this one or this one. Yeah, you can guide me alongside this campaign if you want to. Because I don't have any idea what to do. Opening of school and SDAP rally. Let's now see. Okay, so SDAP is Social Democrats and CS, oh yeah, Social Conservatives, so our current ruling party. So even if the economic situation of Austria has been dire for a while, the first years after the Weltkrieg, when the CS and the SDAP still cooperated in their governance, saw widespread reforms in education and welfare. Academies for specialized workers began construction, workers' pensions were introduced, and child labor was once and for all eliminated. Vienna has been regarded as a front runner in socialist circles. Today a new academy is opened in the 9th district of Vienna, which the SDAP sees as a major success on terrace. Many speeches by various politicians are held, Karl Renner always standing in the background. Renner has been effective head of the party since he found the goodwill of the emperor during the Weltkrieg with a policy of Burgfrieden and cooperation with the crown. So their efforts are praiseworthy, would give us socialist promises, which gives us means to daily political power gain and also increased social democratic support. And if we prefer, if they didn't claim success of a joint government as their own, this would give us pretty much the same effects. Except that this would give us more social democracy support. So I'm gonna pick this one. I don't know what to do with this campaign. Now we need to get rid of this, maybe. Is there still no any focus we can choose? Social Conservatives invites Prince Otto to hunt. So the CS, the party of the petite bourgeois, whatever, the Catholic Church, and the conservative countryside usually refrains from holding large public events. In Vienna they instead focus their efforts on smaller private meetings. One just planned meeting will be in form of a hunt in the Wienerwald. Prince Otto was formally invited to join the hunt. Having enjoyed an aristocratic education, the Habsburg heir is already used to such social occasions. So, yeah, if he wants to, 20% chance of accident, let's hope not. Successful hunt. Hooray. Okay. So we are probably just waiting for the elections, like here it is. what will happen. Social Conservatives win the election, the final counts for elections are in, and so on. Austria is something. Divided society. Okay, now we can bypass the election. And apparently we go this way, yeah. National Austerity Council. The most important thing we need to remember when dealing with the ongoing economic crisis is that we must not let it adhere to already existing national debt. Austria's coffers need to be full, not empty, in the following years. And there is only one way to achieve this, cutting spending drastically. Okay, let's go with it. Civil war in Russia. Can we send a task to anyone? No, we cannot. We have so little command power. And probably terrible relations. We can go for early mobilization, and that's what we are going to do. And yeah, now we are just waiting for something to happen, and we can exercise our fighters. Why not? What about our troops? We could exercise them as well.
Ihre Befehle?
Actually, I'm gonna switch you to this template.
Achtung! Achtung! Befehle?
Good, almost done with this council thing. It gives us more political power, and should I go for concentrated or dispersed industry? I don't know, I guess I will go for dispersed.
Zuhören!
Influence in the Italian election. The Italian Republic is in the midst of general election, and we have considerable influence there. We can give our support and backing to one of the political parties to ensure that the right one takes power in Milan. However, some ministers are concerned that the overt involvement this would require might result in further support for the far right and anti-Austrian Italian nationalist accusations. What should we do? Italian Republic. Which one it is? It is this one. Wait a minute. We have a non-aggression pact with them. We are guaranteeing them also. Who should we support? I'm not gonna support any of the parties. And Greece seizes Austrian assets. Thanks to the rippling effects of Black Monday, Austrian investors who held majority shares in Greek factories and mines have been closing to those businesses down. In some cases because they are unprofitable, but in others because the investors have gone bankrupt. The Greek government has responded by seizing the companies despite the Treaty of Salonika signed after the war, stipulating that our investors have unfettered access to their economy. Many in the government are suggesting we respond harshly and not only apply sanctions but pull our investment out of Greece altogether. Others say the country is only trying to stay afloat. Black Monday has hit all of us hard. Yeah, let's maybe do this. Apply sanctions and pull all our businesses out at once. It's gonna damage our relations, but maybe we get something good for ourselves out of that. I'm not certain. Okay, so here we compromise with the SDAP. The socialists have done quite a job stuffing their nonsense into the heads of the lowly city folk. Now that we are in power, we have to deal with that. We are meeting with the SDAP people to discuss the institution of some of the reforms they were marching for. And we will get rid of these socialist promises. And we could hire industrial concerning. This one needs Ostrow Daimler to be completed. So I guess we go with this one.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Good.
Ihre Befehle. Ihre Befehle.
And how's the civil war going in Russia? Well, it's surprisingly even.
Befehle.
Okay, stop exercising.
Befehle. Achtung.
Construction 1 done. Let's go for radio. And now should I do this or this? I think we should reduce the effects of Black Monday. Let's fill the coffers. What little we have, we must spend carefully. Such was the creed of the CSP during the elections. Having in the last 6 years been involved in a major banking scandal, it was not sure that the people would trust us with their money. Now we show them that they can. Good. Let's go for excavation. Let's try to get as many resources as possible for ourselves. We only lack some rubber. That was Mussolini, wasn't it? So Benito Mussolini is leader of the socialist leader of the Totalist Party. That's interesting. Very interesting, actually. And yeah, if I remember correctly, Mussolini was a bit communist in his youth or something. Maybe. I'm not certain, but something like that I remember. And sometimes Mosley becomes leader of the left-wing party in Britain. Who is Mongolia fighting against? Okay, so meddling in the Polish election. The Poles have recently made moves to elect a new king after 20 years of regency. This election presents the perfect opportunity for us to bring the Polish into our sphere of influence. We could support Karl Albrecht von Habsburg for the new king of Poland, as this election would surely bring Poland closer to us. Yeah, let's do it. Is there anyone from... Okay, Poland elected a new king. Good, they did as we wanted. Good for them. And anyone we should hire here? Well, it increases the research speed, so why not? Sorry, I'm starting to lose my sound. There's so much to read in Kaiserreich, and I already recorded a Finland episode, and now I'm recording this episode.
Ihre Befehle.
So German East Asia declared war. Who is it? Oh, here it is. And we will modify the Black Monday even further, getting inflation under control. Wait a minute, did Poland become our puppet? No, they did not, they just like us very much. Let's ask for docking rights. Why not? So a nice bit of inflation is not a bad thing. Hyperinflation is. We have to get rid of all that money circulating the market, and fast. The prices of bonds have been lowered and the interest rates cracked up to maximum. Now we wait to see the effects of these measures. Okay, dispersed industry is ready, let's go for even further.
Ihre Befehle.
Stop exercising. And yeah, this is our current tank division. Horrible one. What's the situation here? Well, Soviet Russia has lost a good amount of divisions. They will most likely fail this civil war. And I can send a task to Russian Republic, and that's what I'm going to do. Let's share the experience of killing Soviet Russians, increasing quickly. we can modify our templates with that. We could add recon company. But let's actually just duplicate this, add recon and to artillery here. No, that's too expensive. Never mind. Maybe later. And let's go with careful investments. Modifying the Black Monday even more. Okay, now we should have enough army experience for this artillery. Artillery and recon. Done. And let's change the template a little bit. Let's get engineer company. I mean, let's research it. Elections in Italy. Okay. So Norway joined the Third International. Interesting. And we are getting a lot of army experience that is really beneficial for us.
Befehle.
Sweden has joined the Reichspakt. Oscar Nygren. Interesting. What is Finland doing? What about Denmark? Support Nordisk film. And here we are almost done with careful investments. Okay, so Auslake preparations. Every 10 years since 1867, Austrian and Hungarian delegations meet to discuss how much each side of the empire puts into the common ministries. The ministries for foreign, military and financial affairs. However, due to their loss and demand for reparations for the Croatian territories, the renegotiations of the 1927 came to a standstill, resulting in Hungary not having paid anything into the common treasury for the last decade. Hungary stayed as a renegade crown under the Kaiser's reign has been a thorn in Austria's side for a while now, and at least some efforts have to be made to bring them back to the herd. Invite them formally. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so come on, stop. Invite others to Auslake. The Auslake has always been conducted as a meeting of the Austrian and Hungarian elite. However, we have had politicians from Bohemia, Galicia and Illyria petition for a more open multi-ethnical negotiations this year, with delegations from all continuant states of empire present. Also, gathering delegations from all Austria-Hungary's corners might help mediate some of the internal tensions that have been going on since the Weltkrieg has ended. So I don't know what we should choose. Maybe if we stay social conservatives, we should pick the first option. And this would be more social democratic stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna end the episode here and tell me your opinions. I will make the last decision myself, but I want to hear you out. I guess we should choose this one, but please let me know your opinion. Thank you for watching and bye bye.